Hello. First of all, it's the first part of my personal diaries, which I started recording because I feel like I want to change the format a little bit, and I've been journaling for many years, like since I'm a child, and I'm 21, and I was like, I feel so much inside of me that I cannot really catch up my thoughts, and I'd love to talk to somebody. And now I'm in that stage of life when I feel slightly disconnected from my long-term friends because we are separated by distance. I'm traveling and my friends are in Ukraine. So, of course, I can call them and can call my mom, but sometimes I just want to not keep it sacred, but probably talk to a broader audience and maybe hear multiple opinions and just feel like kind of a sense of sublimation while I'm doing this. So I was questioning myself recently, like lately, last days I was thinking about an idea of self-concept and why saving and like endless scroll of self-help posts on Instagram or self-help videos on YouTube don't really help me. And I've been witnessing my evolution and have been evolving, and since I'm I think my conscious adulthood journey started when I was 16 or 17, when I separated from my parents, not many years ago I started this healing journey and acknowledging my traumas and working with my inner world. And now, I know all of this, like saving a post on Instagram and reassuring yourself that you'll come back later, you will journal everything, you will get this precious knowledge and you will implement it in your life and you will live completely differently. But I started feeling like it doesn't really help me, and scrolling Instagram and even though algorithms are personalized and they really give you some kind of positive, I would say ecological content which you prefer to see, it doesn't necessarily help you. It's just overwhelming you and causing this information overload, and you're trying to convince yourself that everything is good, I'm on the right path. But I've been experiencing this for a few years, the same thing repeating. It's like a circle, a cycle, and it doesn't change. You're changing constantly, of course, because if you're not changing, you're not living at all. You're staying on that death point. But it's not completely your inner world changing, your behavior patterns or your self-concept, your self-image, or something which is staying deeply inside you, and you're carrying this feeling throughout the years. And for example, for me, it's really hard to put it into words. It is something you're trying to diffuse or reject in yourself. It's from the dark side of you, this witchy side which you're trying to hide while you're speaking to people. And for me, it is my childhood trauma connected to my parents, and they've been struggling with alcoholism, and they were telling me that since I'm a child, I've been taught that I was taught not to believe in myself and never dream big or have big great aspirations, and nobody invested any money in my kind of better future. And now I'm trying to get all of this stuff, compensate all of this stuff myself when I'm 21, adult, and I'm trying to be my own parent and listen to my inner child, what this girl wanted me to be when I grow up. And I was sorry, English is not my first language. But I'm an English teacher, certified. So, but like, it is endless journey of learning language. But the main, what I was talking about. So for me, it was always a feeling that not completely that I'm not enough, but I'm not gifted, and I should educate myself a lot to get what others get without any effort, and I should study more than anybody else. I should put more effort, and that's why I was always high value, how to say that, like overproductive. I was always overworking when I was working on my corporate jobs. It was always a feeling that like everybody whom I was surrounded by in my childhood, like kids of rich parents and so on, they were like more like their parents were investing in them, and I've been seeing like, oh, they are more, I don't know, like a successful, they are different. I'm a poor child from a poor family. We're scrimping and saving. We are living hand to mouth, and we cannot afford even basic things like food and utility services and rent for the apartment. And I remember being that kind of child, and I think it's like chasing me until like now, but that's why I feel like these patterns that I'm running from financial insecurity. I'm always highly aware about my financial insecurity, and I'm always trying to make multiple streams of income to make sure that I will not sleep on the street, and this poor child would chasing me. And yes, and this feeling, it's a very miserable feeling, and it's like it lives inside you, even when I feel like I healed completely and I am a completely different person. I'm detached from my past. I haven't been speaking to my father for 3 years, and my relationships with my mom. Okay, let's stop this topic. So the thing is, you might think that you're a completely different person, but then you end up thinking that this 14 years old version of me is still inside of me, and it's still insecure about who I am, and am I really proud of myself, am I really worthy of what I have, and it's still trying to doubt my confidence, my self-esteem, trying to hold me back, to put me down, piss me off, and everything. And it's like inner critic, but it's in a way that I cannot allow myself to get what I want. Like, I ended up thinking that I'm jealous to people who have what I don't have, and I'm grateful to this feeling because I see like, okay, I know what I want because she has what I want, and that's why I'm jealous to her. Thank you for revealing my like inner hidden desire. It is nice to know, and what I want now is just to allow myself to get it, like allow myself like detach from the past version of myself. And I've been trying everything, like therapist, traveling, contacting many people, and like getting lost in these connections, and journaling, sublimating art, many mediums of art. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. And even though you're working with your childhood, you're getting to know yourself, you're constantly introspectively trying to find something new, and lately, especially this summer, I've been thinking about time, about my childhood, about everything. And I think first in my life, for the first time, I had really deep conversation with a magician. I was a really nice guy who was 20 years older than me, and he hosted me for one night in Italy, and he made me a prediction with his tarot cards and with the not prediction, but I don't know how to translate. And it was like incredible. I cannot really describe this feeling. But even though sometimes in my little phase, sometimes when I'm not in a so decisive mood, when I'm not so empowered, I tend to think that I'm not enough. And the point of this video is that I'm still searching for a way to reveal like a method, how should I work with this trauma, because I know that it is trauma, because like thinking in adult age and like coming back, have this like a trip down to memory lane, like to my childhood, I see that I've been witnessing a lot of violence, a lot of harm, a lot of emotional violence, financial, physical, towards me, towards my mom, towards many other relatives from the side of my father. And I've been like, I don't want to like share the details, but now I understand it was super harsh. It was like enormous. It was like, it's not normal. And I feel like this fear and this survival mode, it's transformed into something quiet, which is still inside of me, and I'm trying to acknowledge this feeling, to understand it. But I know that nobody will save me, will come to save me. Nobody will guide me, navigate me through this obstacle. That's only my path to, it's only my path and only my conscious decision to think in a positive way, like not trying to be like cycling, dwelling on this past experience, negative experiences, but not trying to suppress this inner dark side of me, which is like still a little child, which feels unsafe and which want to be protected and safe and at home and loved and validated. And I feel like it's gut-wrenching. Now, when I'm an adult, I feel like I don't know what to say. Like, I just lately, like last 2-3 days, even though I'm in a wonderful location, I can show you, I'm in France, in Toulon, between the mountains, like in a small village. And I love being here. A wonderful person hosted me for 1 week. So I'm staying here, working remotely and doing my projects, but super grateful for this experience and this 1 week in France. But I'm going to another city later, but doesn't matter. So, but the thing is, and then I am catching myself thinking about self-concept. And this self-concept, which is really hard to overgrow. And I think the most important thing which I need to learn right now at this phase of my life is how to outgrow value systems which were installed when I was a child, which were my entire worldview, like how I was feeling, like my feeling of life. It was like that value system value, but I've been living on my own life for 5-6 years and like managing everything myself. And I've met so many people and been dating, and then the life happened to me, like perception of life changed completely. And now I think, how can I make this mindset shift? Even though I think that it already happened, and of course, it happened because comparably to, you understand that it might on the first, it's not shallow feeling, but it's on the first, how to say it, on the first glance, it seems like it changed. But when you pay attention to how you feel, especially when you're down, especially when you're scared of something, when you're frightened, when you're dread, when you're anxious, when you're when you have simply trust issues, the same as me, because I didn't trust my parents, and now I cannot simply trust people. I cannot have long-term relationships. And I'm trying to acknowledge this, like my romantic life and my relationships with my mother and father. But okay, let's leave it aside. I think if you have a will, you will have a way. It's complete. This phrase is completely. This saying is completely about me. But well, all I have to do is to do this research and like experiencing life, stepping into my adulthood with this, because I feel like being aware. It's like hard, but it's like needed if you want to move forward, if you want to transform, if you want to like if you want something better for yourself. And well, that's just my flow of thoughts, my train of thoughts. So yeah, like this. And now all I want to do is to, and like I have this image of myself, which kind of person I want to be in my future, whom I want to be. I have references, I have vision boards, I'm really into structuring and management and admin work, and because I've been working as social media manager and everything, and I've been always like doing my planners, and now I switched into ChatGPT, Trello, Google Calendar, and Notion Calendar. Like I like planning my time, but this. And I know exactly what I should do, like to become a successful musician, because I'm always educating myself and trying to learn something new, like you have the plan, you have a system, you build this system. And I even like paid for ChatGPT Pro, like assistant, like to help me to structure all I want to have, like, because I've never used like Pro subscription, but I was like, I have so many plans that I need somebody like to take this pressure off me and help me to structure it. But the thing is, you have this image in front of you, like which kind of life you want to live, like people who you're inspired by, and this feeling of life you want to get, but you cannot really like step out of this, not a comfort zone, but it's like a kind of a feeling of your old version of yourself, or not older, like it's like hidden trauma. It's like the constant inner critic which is trying to hold you back, trying to keep you in a safe space and not get you out, and you're like, it's always an inner fight, and it's trying to resolve this issue. But I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to, and actually this talk feels very healing, because when I'm writing something, like in my analog, like just a notebook, journal, and like when you write, of course, you think more, and sometimes I'm overcomplicating simple things, and tend to do this. So yeah, and now the challenge I'm facing now is how to make this switch from past self-concept, which is like it's like in your roots, it's basically you are carrying this self-image since you were born, and that's why it's so hard to go against this, because everybody know you at this exact stage of your life, and they're expecting you to be the same, expecting you to be predictable, because everybody likes predictability. But my task now is like how to take this, acknowledge this, process it, understand it's still part of me, but the life I want for myself, I need to sacrifice the part of me and like simply be reborn, like to reborn. And that's why I think that no Instagram posts, no YouTube videos, no coaching sessions, no books will help me. Only me and only my journey, like self-discovery and so on. Because I can assume that it might help, and of course it helped me when I was like educating myself. But what I see is that even through educating yourself and even through talking to people, you need to sit down in front of yourself and talk to yourself, because nobody will do this conversation instead of you. And we are trying to find a solution, like which should become. We are trying to find a solution from outside, but actually we always know the answer and stays within us. And like this, guys, like I hope it was nice to have you here, and thank you for listening to me. It was my first experience talking to broad audience just in this kind of format, because before I was doing another kind of format. I don't know if somebody will watch it, but I just took my shower and I was like, what the hell, like I just want to say it to somebody, and I don't want to disturb my friends right now, and I want to like make it in that. So thank you for staying here, and see you